sounds like, let's stay with college football. Sounds like, and this is some childish foolishness that, a childish thing that you and I have struggled to put away in our old age. We're better at it now because our kids are keeping us busy. Jobs keep us busy, but for a while there, before we were, well, it wasn't before, we would alternate between these Madden marathons and NCAA football, which has not been produced since 2014, I believe, was the last time we saw NCAA football. Those were the days. Before we talk about the current situation when it comes to name, image, and likeness, let's take a walk down memory lane. See, what these young folks nowadays don't understand, because everything is handed to them now, you don't understand the days of having to create players. You don't understand the days of having
research.
You're talking to somebody
manual input.
Well, but I told y'all before. Circa 1990, 1991, I was handwriting my own stats in Tecmo. Okay, like this is before computers and the internet and people and memory cards and clouds and all this kind of stuff. Some of us had the 9-yard gain, 19-yard gain. Like I know what I was doing in Tecmo. So fast forward to me and Michael's young adult lives, which were obviously not spent in the club. That's why we weren't in the club, because we were in the house franchising or trying to build a dynasty in NCAA football. We had to create players because of course there was no name, image, and likeness, no real players being used back then. And then, remember when you had a dynasty in college football and then you could upload those players to Madden, remember that? And then you could draft those players in Madden that you had in NCAA.
You developed these guys.
Those were the days.
I want to see them in the pros.
Shout out, God, I told you, they got people out here doing God's work creating draft classes for Madden modern day. But no, NCAA football was just special. Like I remember I used to take UCF. I used to take UCF because I always wanted to go to a talent-rich state like Florida or Texas and try to take down one of the powerhouses. And man, I definitely remember those recruiting battles with Florida State and Florida and Miami. In some respects, Michael, I did enjoy NCAA football more than Madden. In some respects.
Oh,
but we had a time, did we not? We had a time, did we not?
Hey, I think I may have even worked with Army. I think I made Army.
That sounds familiar.
Old school.
That sounds familiar.
I'm gonna make Army a power, national power again. And so, hey, you got New York. So okay, we're gonna start off small. We just a little school in West Point. We just a little school up in the mountains. But then get some wins, get about 5 or 6, we become bowl eligible. Then our status goes up. Now we're able to recruit nationally. Man, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. Army in the Rose Bowl. Army in the Sugar Bowl playing for the national championship.
And the modern day college football landscape is just ripe for opportunities and storylines when it comes to recruiting and the transfer portal.
It's harder now.
The ever expanding college football playoff. I don't know.
How do you account for that? That game, you can't build a power. This is real thing. You had Nick Saban stepping aside. Hey, I can't do it. I can't deal. How do you deal with? Okay, you got a kid. They got to factor that in. Oh God, this guy's going to sign with you. Whoop! Here comes UCF. They offered him $4 million.
Mike,
to come on.
It's a
package deal.
Right? It's been a year or two since I've been in franchise mode in Madden. I don't think I'm going to be able to resist playing NCAA 25. It's like that synthetic cocaine that David Jason was trying to peddle in deep cover. This is some next level shit that I don't think I'm going to be able to not play this. It's just so much going on. Every day college football just gets crazier and crazier when it comes to the business of college football. So what's crazy about this game, I'm sure you've seen it, is that in exchange for players' name, image, and likeness, they're hooking them up with a whole $600 and
Come
a
on,
copy
man.
of the game.
That's it.
And they got players lining up to do it because they want to be in the game. EA
But
Sports, they want to be in the
$600?
game. I know.
That's
it
all you
feels
got for me?
criminal. It feels even more exploitive. Okay, it feels even more exploitive. And from a contemporary standpoint, when you think about, for the longest time, players got nothing other than room, board, tuition, and snacks, and got punished for getting anything beyond that. Now we're in the era, in the day and age of name, image, and likeness, giving them something more than the nothing, above the nothing, giving them $600 feels even more insulting, given how
Doesn't
we're
it?
supposed to be evolved as a society when it comes to the exploitation of so-called student athletes, right?
600. Why 600? Why $600?
I don't know. Who came up with that number?
that the
Why
limit?
not 5?
You can't.
Why not 5?
I mean,
why not 750?
No, why
why
not?
not 1,000? Why not round it up?
Yeah,
You know?
right. Yeah, it's just weird. It's weird.
And I think it's a
$600.
one-time payment. Right. So can I play it?
No, it's not.
Am I?
No,
It's not a one-time?
No, it's not a one time because I think they will be.
Okay.
They will continue unless I read a false report or whatever. They'll get the money, and then they'll continue to be paid as long as they're in the game. I think there's some, but is it
Got you.
600? Is it a rolling $600? I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just not enough money. I know that it's not enough money. So
And then there's supposedly a mechanism.
We need the people
that's
at the
gonna
top of
prevent
the
us-
chain to be like, no.
But the players who decide not to give their name, image, and likeness, apparently there's some kind of mechanism to protect degenerates like me and you from actually creating those players. See, but I feel like I'm part of the problem. Like I'm not the biggest college football guy. We've talked about this. I like college football from a spectacle standpoint. I've never liked the system of college football. One of my first term papers in high school was paying collegiate athletes. I mean, it's been an ongoing conversation for both our lifetimes. I've never liked the systems of college football, but I have enjoyed the product, and I feel like by patronizing college football, or specifically NCAA College Football 25, am I part of the problem? Am I contributing to the continued exploitation of these players by partaking in this extremely addictive video game that they're not being paid their worth for? Like, should I boycott this game? I'm already feeling guilty and dirty before I've even stepped into the recruiting wars. I'm already feeling dirty about my excitement for playing this game.
Should you boycott the game, or should those who are being paid $600 push a little bit more? I forget about boycott. Just push more. Like, look, 600 is not enough. You want us in there, like the top 20 players in college football. Say, why? Who negotiated this? That's what I want to know. Like, it's like taking the first offer.
Well, they
Okay,
don't. They don't have a union.
Yeah, I know, but okay, I know. I appreciate that you said 600. That's your first offer. Here's my counter offer. 1,500 or 2,000 or whatever it is. I mean, I'm not asking for a piece of the game, but if you're going to use my name in it, I mean, that seems low. Anything in the hundreds seems
I don't think
low.
I don't think this is what Ed
what they're
O'Bannon had in mind. I don't think this is what Ed O'Bannon he was looking for. I don't think this is what he was fighting for. No, because if that's the case, and now I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth. It's like, why stop there? It's like, okay, here comes the 12 and soon to be 14 or 16 team college football playoff. It's like there's just more and more money that these institutions and that these suits are making, and none of it ever trickles down to the employees, as we all know. They want us to be
what I
happy
need to know?
with their version of 40 acres and a mule is name, image, and likeness. And it's just, I really want to enjoy this game. I want to enjoy it with you. But as I'm playing, I'm gonna be like, man, I feel like I'm part of the problem. Because this is what they're counting on. These institutions are counting on the fact that we're gonna pay to play or pay to watch, regardless of what the employees aren't getting paid.
All right, so here we go. I want to know what in a copy of the game. Duh, of course, copy of the game. That's payment. You'll give me a copy of the game.
Thanks.
Give me. Like, you give anybody a copy of the game. You probably got some extras. You just throw it around. You throw around copies of the game. That's not a problem. What I want to know is, what do they pay? And I honestly don't know this.
The schools?
What do they pay
The schools?
the announcer? Like, so if you're in the game,
announcers,
you're
yeah.
the announcer.
Yeah.
How much are you paid when you are, they have,
like
hey,
Chris
I'm here
Fowler.
with so-and-so.
You're Curb Street. How much are they making?
Yeah, the studio show. I want to know that to figure out what's fair.
Yeah.
So give me that information, and then we can go from there. Should you be paid more than that? Should you pay equal to that? A little bit less?
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, if I find out that Curb Street is getting, I don't think he's doing it for free.
No.
If he gets does he get 30 grand? Is it? I have no idea. But I need to know that if I'm a college football player, before I decide to make my next move.
You playing it? Are you in the game? OH. Bro, I know. Just when we think we out, they pulling us back in. God, we're so childish. We are not mature.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget, you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.